Welcome to Book Talk. I'm Christine. Today we are discussing Beautiful Creatures by Garcia and Margaret Stohl. It is part of a series of 4 and it's gonna be a film. If you've yet to read Beautiful Creatures, a boy in a southern town meets this, well, before he even meets this girl, he's dreaming about her. Then he sees her in real life and there's this connection. It's good stuff. So this was not what I was expecting it to be at all, because the name Beautiful Creatures could mean so many things. And the cover, it's just black with purple writing, so I can't get anything out of it. So you think werewolves and stuff? I mean, that's what I think. But that's just not what it was. More kind of caster witch type situations, which was really fun. Beautiful Creatures ended up referring to humans. So bye for now if you don't want to be spoiled. Okay, Uncle Macon. I kept calling Uncle Macon Uncle Mason because in the Vampire Diaries, Tyler's got Uncle Mason. Uncle Macon calls humans beautiful creatures. The characters in this book were just so wonderful. So realistic and wonderful. How creepy were the dreams? But waking up drowning and then you're soaking wet, like in the mud, and then he's got the dirt under his fingers, and when he wakes up, the first thing I would do if that would happen to me was run down to my guardian. Hey yo, I just woke up with dirt all over me and I had a dream I was drowning in mud. What's going on? But he just brushes it off. I'm not gonna tell anyone. It's too weird. Ethan and Lena, I just thought that went along very nicely. Ethan and his mom, I love it. We don't even meet his mom, and you feel so bad for him, and I love his mom. I don't even know her, but he talks about her enough that we feel like we do. The little bookmark thing, I do that too, and I was like, oh my god. Then we've got Ethan and his dad, which is a whole nother story. You really feel for Ethan at all the times. That scene when he went into the office finally, the scribbles, I started crying, he was upset, I was upset. The whole situation with his father is very reminiscent of the whole Katniss situation, except, you know, Katniss shouldn't have an Amma. But thank God for Amma. Macon, I was thinking he was some sort of ghost that could not leave the house. Or I also thought he was the dog, which he kind of ended up being. Ethan and Marion, that relationship was great. I love Marion. I knew someone killed the mom. At the end, when Macon was dying, and Amma was all, how am I gonna hold the weight of this on my shoulders all by myself? And I was like, how is she gonna hold it? So those girls, those little bitches in her school, they were fun. So you're telling me he was erased from the family tree because he didn't want to starve to death fighting a losing war for the wrong side? That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. I don't know, I'm talking with an accent because apparently Ethan doesn't have one. Ethan knows what he's talking about, his mom knows what he's talking about, dad knows what he's talking about. The rest of the town's kinda, You know, we learned about Genevieve frigged everything up for the rest of her whole generation, which doesn't exactly seem fair. It seems like there should be a way to break the curse, which we probably are gonna work up to. Ethan is persistently, you know, persistent. She's persistently, I can't be with you anymore, it's too close to the end. Please don't make this harder, it's not what I want either. Then don't do it. I couldn't breathe, I couldn't think. It was like time had stopped again, the wait out of the Thanksgiving dinner, only this time it wasn't magic, it was the opposite of magic. 53 minutes later, I sat alone staring out the window. Oh my god, it's new moon all over again. But then we just skip right ahead to the part where they get back together. But right after they break up, he goes and sits and stares out the window. January, February. Question, why does she show up as like a ghost in the picture? She's not a vampire. We never really got an explanation. Half of her was just disappearing. They can actually be together. That's why he always gets electrocuted when he touches her. That's another mountain they're gonna have to climb. But we'll get there. At this lunar library, which do you think maybe they'll get trapped in there at some other point in the series? The library closes for months at a time, which would be like years at a time if they got stuck in there. That scene in the lunchroom, they're about to say I love you, and not just a girlfriend. For the first time in my whole life, I almost used the L word in the middle of the cafeteria in front of Link. Talk about a hot lunch. That brownie scene when the lock kept bolting goes, don't open it, it's not her, it's someone possessing her. And it was. So, self 5. Then we have Ridley, who went dark. I feel like she kind of has a choice. She feels like she has to be evil. She's not completely, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't it seem like that? What is this power that Ethan has. Now, we have this problem how they can't be together, but he has power. He can't just be regular, or else this wouldn't be happening. And the mom, perhaps, was something, because how did the mom know about the lunar library? Even though he is getting electrocuted and dying, I don't think he's completely regular. In the beginning, I was almost convinced completely that Ethan was the one that's gonna have the powers, because we got that scene with the basketball. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Just always get it in. I don't even have to concentrate. The end, we've got this big showdown with Seraphine, who we knew was coming. We had this huge twist that she can, you know, pick to be claimed. But Ethan's mom had already said claim yourself. So I thought they should be looking for a spell of how to just claim yourself. That it was just like an easy thing. They were constantly looking through the Book of Moons. What should we look for? I don't even know. The mom just said a spell to claim yourself. Look for claiming yourself. But no. Didn't do that. Come the night of the claiming, if she picks to go light, all the dark ones die off in her family, and if she picks to go dark, all the light people die off. Okay, so you can't pick to go dark anyway, you're gonna lose yourself. Her mom's like, oh, we've no way you can be with Ethan if you pick us. She's gonna go dark and not like Ethan anymore, so that doesn't matter because you'll probably kill him anyway. So that's just a stupid deal. The light situation, that Macon would die. At first this is bad because we want Macon to die, but he's willing to make the sacrifice. She's gotta go light, she can't go dark. It's not an option. But then Uncle Macon dies because Ethan gets stabbed. Oh my god, Boo Radley almost dying. I was really upset. Anything that you throw a dog in there that's hurt or Uncle Macon is already dead now. Why don't you just choose to go light so you don't have this light dark hanging over you? What else does being claimed mean other than not going evil? Now that the moon's there, just claim yourself. Claim yourself as light, so we don't have to wait again for you to frickin' do it and have other things come into it and you maybe choose to go dark. Of course, it's the first book in the series, and now the song is like 17 moons. That was creepy. The song just popping up everywhere. So I guess she gets another year before she has to be claimed. But she doesn't have to be claimed, she just claims herself. You know, we can't kill off Mom yet. We need an enemy to kill for the rest of the series. But she could have just killed her like that if she claimed to be light. Maybe it's not as easy as it sounds. And, okay, I guess they're keeping Seraphine around and the darkness around because they know about Ethan, how to make Ethan and her be together. So they gotta get that out of them before we just kill them off, you know? Oh, I had this theory for a while that Macon was actually the great Uncle Ethan Waite Jr. The spell Genevieve used worked, but it turned him into an incubus. But that didn't turn out to be true. Maybe still holding out hope. But what exactly is an incubus? I thought it was like a vampire baby. How did they come to be? Because was he a caster ever? What exactly does that mean? I don't know. We'll probably find out more about them in the future books. But right now, I'm just really not clear on how Incubus actually work. I love Kitchen. I love that moment where Ethan makes fun of her. What would you do? Kitchen! Would that not be the greatest thing ever? Really jealous. Oh, we got this whole Lena Storm thing. I didn't really discuss that, but she kind of controls the weather. You don't think about it as a big power, but the weather is like the only thing we can't control, and she does. When Lena does that spell to bring Ethan back to life, that whole exact same thing that Genevieve did that cursed the whole family, gold light comes through her eyes or something, and I was really scared that she was going dark. I could not tell where the plot was going when I was reading this book because there's the possibility that she goes dark and they have to bring her out of it, which is the most irritating of lines. That's like the uglies. But she went dark. I would have been pissed, but that could have carried the series. I don't know if that happens in the next book. I had not read it yet. Please don't spoil me. And now at the end, she's got one gold eye, one green eye. What does that mean? Is she everything? Does she not ever have to be claimed? Couldn't she, hypothetically, just make the moon cover it with a cloud every single time she's supposed to be claimed since she controls the weather? We end with this. I've never loved anyone as much as more than I do right this second, and I'll never love you any less than I do right this second. Is that a promise? Don't let go. Never let go, Jack. I'll never let go. And then she did. You know, and the whole time we've got these dreams of him letting go. With the hands and the letting go. Who knows? I am excited to read the second one. I have so many books. Jesus Louises. Let me know what you thought of the book. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye! line in this book, and it's like, Lincoln, I appreciate your candor. And I was like, oh my god, Divergent, the word candor to use in a sentence. That's a faction. No one ever gave me that as a vocab word, except Veronica Roth. Thank you.